that beauty. It came out really nicely, huh, guys? Shout out to my girlfriend Clarissa for helping us out in the previous episode with designing this wonderful large park. So what's cracking, everybody? You're back with Mr. Berger. Tonight we're going to be joining, or you're going to be joining me for, I think it's episode 5 now, of Cities Skylines 101. So we've got a nice town started, we've set up the basic policies, we've expanded a bit, and then we built this really nice park. And what I want to do for this next episode here is we're actually going to be going ahead and I don't want to expand around the park quite yet. I do definitely want to go in and do some residential expansion all around here at some point, but that's not what I'm going to focus on today. Today we're actually going to be going over here. We're going to be taking that last section of that starting roundabout that we set up because it's still really good right now as far as traffic goes. If we take a look at the traffic, our traffic flow is 86%, which is actually really high. We have basically no traffic right now because we're a very beginning starting town. If there's any traffic, it's probably, yeah, in these big ol' things right here. Oh, look at that. It actually jumped up to 88% there. Anyway, what I want to do here is expand to the left from this little roundabout here. And I want to set up a whole district over here. In fact, we can start kind of just getting it set up just in general. And we're going to basically set it up as a district with a different theme than what we started with. And this one I still want to expand here along the waterfront and everything. I'm not too worried about that. This is going to be like a kind of mountain theme. So let's rename it to, well, we'll switch it up a little bit. We got Bonnie Hills, Bonnie Farms. Why don't we do Snoot? We could do Park. Yeah, Park is pretty good because it's out in the trees. Alright. We're going to do kind of like a mountain-themed district, so it's going to look a little funny because they've all got like chimneys and stuff, but we'll just pretend it's cold over there in the trees. And, you know, they're getting the sea breeze or something, so it'll be a little bit chilly over there. It's just, honestly, it's a really nice-looking theme that I really enjoy. So speaking of themes, let's brush up on that really quickly. If we go here, we go to Themes. We go to Enable Theme Manager for this district. I'm going to go ahead and select the Mountain Life District. And then we're going to go into Theme Manager. And again, this is all only if you're running the Theme Manager and, you know, you have all these mods enabled. If not, then this is not going to be something that you have to worry about at all. It adds more, like, kind of creativity to the game. It adds more models and stuff for buildings to the game. But if you're not too worried about that and you just want to play, like, the base game mechanics, this will definitely, you know, not playing with mods and stuff will definitely give you better performance on if you're playing on PC. And of course, if you're playing on, you know, Xbox or whatever, you're not going to have mods anyway. But anyway, I'm beside myself with what I'm talking about here. Get a little sidetracked. So if we look at the Mountain Life District, we can see up here there's all the different, like basically categories of buildings. You know, you got low residential, high density residential, low density commercial, so on and so forth. You know, offices. You can do none to have nothing selected, and then select like just low density residential, or you can have everything selected. So this particular district's theme only has the low density residential and low density commercial buildings in it, and you scroll down until you find them. It's the chalet style houses, so those are the some of the low density residential ones that you'll see there. And then if we go all the way down to commercial, it's some mountain shops. And that's basically what we're going to be seeing in that district if we set it there. And you can see even if we include like offices, for example, you go down to all the offices, there's nothing included in there. But if you want to include an office, then you could go in and, you know, start including, just basically select whichever ones you want. Just keep in mind that if you only have like a level 1 office selected, then it's only going to spawn level 1 offices. And if you only have level 2s and nothing else to start that building off, then it's not going to spawn anything. So you need to make sure to include each of the levels, or do level 1s and then just manually make them historical so that the buildings will continue to level up but keep that same appearance. But this is getting a little bit more complex. I just wanted to kind of brush up on that briefly. So we're going to be doing that Mountain Life District theme there. I think we're pretty much good on most services here. It looks like we're a little bit low on water. So let's turn our water up to 80% here. Make sure to finalize that. And it looks pretty good. Electricity is good. Education, getting a little bit low on elementary, so we could use another school, or we could turn up our education a little bit. I think at this point it'd be cool to put down another elementary school. So we could put one in our new district if we wanted. So we got 100,000 right now, so we're not really in any rush. So let's go ahead and pause it for the time being while we build this new district. So let's get started here. We're just gonna build directly out. I don't like going directly across because sometimes it makes like a longer bridge than you want or something funky like that. Directly across all the way. I like coming up close to the water and then continuing across from there, making a nice little bridge. Yeah, see, I don't like how that came across. So let's get in a little bit closer, make sure that the bridge spawns. Yeah, that'll spawn a nicer bridge, a lot more even. And we can always tweak it with like move it or something if we wanted to, but not super important. All right, let's bring it out. I wanted to come out here into the forest. Now, we could potentially use this as like forestry land, and honestly, see, there's oil under there too, but I'm not too worried about that because we got so much other tree areas around here. We got some other oil spots, and again, if you're playing with mods, all I gotta do here is go in and where is it, ground resources, and I can just place oil pretty much anywhere that I want, and it'll plop oil under there. So I could totally like set up a whole oil district or a whole ore district on my own if I wanted. So again, if you're playing vanilla, that's just something to look out for. You can check where the natural resources are. Maybe you've only got a few oil spots in your whole map, and you really want to do oil industry, then you want to take advantage of where they are. Just like how we did the agricultural areas over here. But I'm not too worried about that because I am playing with mods, and I can always just add in those natural resources later if I want to. So let's go ahead and bring it out to about here. I want to go a little bit further, actually. And let's make this a nicer road, actually. Let's do, like, the 2-lane road with trees. Yeah, we'll bring it out to about there. And we'll upgrade this one. The bridges don't matter. They'll be the same because you can't put trees on the bridges. I'm sure there's ways to do it with mods and everything. But we won't worry about that right now. So we got that coming down. Oops, I have prop and tree anarchy on. And so see, the trees are still there on top of the middle of the road. That doesn't look too great. So we're going to actually demolish this real quick. And then just go back to do the straight line tool again. Bring it out again, 40 yards. And there we go. Now it'll clear the trees out. And the next thing that I wanted to do was kind of have a roundabout as the center of our city here. So I have this little thing. It's literally called like, yeah, small green roundabout. And that's going to be our center area there. And it starts, you can always select a road by clicking on the name and it'll tell you what type of road it is. That's just a regular 2-lane road, whereas this one is a 2-lane road with trees. Let's rename this road so it's not Stephen Dixon Street. Let's rename it to Bonnie Mountain Lane. Alright. And even though we're not really going to a mountain, just for the sake of the theme. And then from here, I like having that tree road, so I'm going to go ahead and upgrade this right there. And it's looking nice so far. So let's go ahead and let's expand from here. So there's a lot of different ways that we can do this. I've been kind of messing around with some different road layouts. You know, we could grid up, we can make it wavy. We just got to keep that general like road hierarchy idea in mind. So we could make these like main paths down the roundabout here. We can make that kind of like our main thoroughfares. So let's expand each one out to 20 from where they started. And then we could, you know, zone in like commercial and stuff there. And then we could do a lot of different things. We could go out like this, you know, and do like a grid. Or what I was thinking, and this is something that I was trying to do in another city, is if we just get it, let's see, lines up at 27 and 90 degrees and 90 degrees, we can make a nice big ol', you know, kind of loop. And we could do actually a one-way. Let's do that. Let's upgrade it to a big one-way. We'll go in the same direction as the roundabout there. And we're just gonna, if we can get everything in and we laid everything up perfectly and got everything equidistant, then yeah, 27 units should bring us 90 degrees and 90 degrees. See, I don't even have to use road anarchy or anything with this. 90 degrees, 90 degrees, it's working out great. Tried to do this earlier and I messed up the distances a little bit, and it took me a little while to fix it, but I eventually got it down. Now we have this nice big circle district. That looks really cool, I'm not gonna lie. Kind of looks like a peace sign or something. If we wanted, we could go out even further and then do another big loop. Why don't we go ahead and do that? So this was, how many units is this? Well, we use the straight line road tool. Oh, this all has trees. I didn't mean to do trees with all of those, but honestly, who cares? It looks nice, and it's for the sake of making a nice looking district. So we'll go ahead and do the tree roads for these ones too. So we get the straight line tool, and we can check there. It's 24 units from there to there. 24 units. Yeah, so they're all equidistant. We know that because they all fit perfectly with 90 degrees by, you know, sticking the roads out the same amount of units earlier. So let's make it a little bit neater this time. Rather than, let's see. Rather than, you know, 27, we could do like 20 or 30. Let's see how far it is directly to here. So it'd be 30 to go directly to there, and then we could get part of the water front in there. So let's try that. Let's see if we can go out 30 units and still fit it in nicely. So 30, making sure we're going 90 degrees every time as well. 30, 30, and then that one's already there. And then I'm thinking this time we could have the one-way go in the opposite direction of the those two going in the middle. And we could switch it up. We could make this one go the opposite direction, but whatever. It's not a big deal. And honestly, in a smaller area like this, especially with low density, I'm not too worried about having traffic and everything flow perfectly, because we're not going to get too much traffic in here anyway. Most of it's going to just be hanging out in its own little area. I don't plan to run a whole lot of other districts through here, and if I do run other stuff, I'll probably have entrances and exits coming up from the highway. But right now we're still running in this really small town, so we can go ahead and you know, not worry too much about that. We'll fix those problems as they come. So we have the all four directions, up and down, left and right. 30 units out from the last intersection there. So let's select the one-way road again. We're going to go in the other direction. We're going to use the, not the freeform road tool. We're going to use the curved road tool because it's a little bit neater. I'm not sure exactly. It would be... Dang, okay. What I could do is make a straight line out to here. I think it's about... What if I go from right from the center out to there? How many units is that? 57. Okay. So we can do all these funky little things to try to figure out the perfect distance. Let's see if that works out. So 57, 90 degrees. Ideally, we attach it there. It's a perfect 90 degrees. It worked out great. So now we know it's 57 units. And there's probably a reason behind that. It was probably 30 here and then 27 there, if I'm not mistaken. So let's double check that. Just select this guy right here. That's 24, and then I think from the very bottom, 26, it'd probably be 27 to get up there perfectly. I can't get the exact amount. Yeah, there we go. Right to the center, it's 27. So 27 plus 30 is 57. So if you want to do it mathematically, that actually makes perfect sense there. So we're going to go out 57 again. 56, 57, come all the way down. It should snap on perfectly there. Awesome. I'm loving this. This is coming out really nicely. Now, this one, I'm going to go ahead and just... Oh, I was worried it was going to go into the water, but honestly, now that we curve it, not even a problem. Okay, cool. Now, the big issue here is... Now we have all this space in between. And I'm not too sure... What we could do is we could, like, you know, come across here and then attach to there, you know what I mean? But then I kind of want to grid it up from here, and it doesn't have to be perfect. Again, we don't have to use all the space perfectly, especially in the game like this where, you know, we unlocked the whole map already. Like, we got plenty of space. So we'll just make it kind of look cool. We'll use the straight line tool now. We'll use... why don't we use... I got these nice suburban streets. Those are really nice. And they're two-way roads. And we'll just kind of branch it out 90 degrees from each node here. And again, we're going to have some of that space in between. And that's fine. You can always put extra trees in there. Oops, that wasn't perfect. You can put extra trees in there. You could put pathways in there. You could... You know, whatever you want. You have fun with it. The zoning looks a little funky on that one. I don't know why it's doing that. Let's see. Can I get it perfect 90 degrees? No, it doesn't want to do it 90 degrees perfectly. That's funny. Okay, there we go. Nice. Okay. Awesome. Good enough. Alright, and in the center there, we could have like one just kind of come down the middle there and not like connect all the way through. But let's not worry about that yet. Let's get this whole thing laid out. I want 90 degrees from the start. Click on each node and snap it on. Wait, there we go. Snap it on to 90 degrees. Bam, there we go. Snap it on to 90. Got that funky thing again. There we go. There we go. Alright, this is not the most exciting part of the video. Maybe I'll fast forward it or something in editing, we'll see. Or maybe I'll make you guys sit through it gruelingly. Man, that's why it would be really fun to stream this game. I need to get better internet service. My internet provider here, it's just, long story short, the upload speed is too slow for me to be able to stream any games anymore. But it would be really fun for me to stream this game rather than make these really long, you know, tutorial videos. Just based on my style, you know, the style that I play, it's more like a kind of a let's play style, jumping right in when it comes to this game at least. Not a whole lot of editing generally. Alright, so that's looking really nice. There's a lot of different things we could do here. We could just save the space. We could also do a nice like curve like this. I wonder if we could curve it out like that. You know, for now we're not going to worry too much about it. I'm trying to think if I want to put something in there. We could have something come across from here too. Or we could just leave it open for the time being. Okay, so let's think about road hierarchy real quick. So everybody's going to come in here into from this road here, Bonnie Mountain Lane, and then they're going to split out either from here or from there as well. There's a lot of different options. So let's make these kind of round parts. That's going to be where we're going to put like a commercial, or maybe like more towards the center, and the main lanes there, and that could be like more commercial, and then the residential could be more like in the neighborhood streets, like on the sides there. I do, however, want to make sure to take advantage of the land value of being near the water here. So we're going to make at least these ones around here. We're probably going to make them residential. I mean, I don't know. Maybe not. Maybe we'll stick it to somewhere else. But for the time being, the first thing that we need to do is get some water down there and some electricity. So we could have this guy come down 90 degrees. And then let's have him 22 units up. And then there we go. Cover all of that. 22 units up again. Another boring part of laying in all the framework, but it's necessary to get it done in order to make our city thrive and work successfully. So we'll just spend the time to get everything laid out nicely. From here, I'll probably just go this way, honestly. Let's see, 22, and go all the way out, and 22. Make sure it's 90 degrees. We don't want to get messed up here and get impatient. And go all the way out there. Almost done. Just a few more of these guys. 90 degrees, 22 units. If you're wondering why I'm doing this grid like this and why I'm doing 22 units, I think I explained it in the very first video, how to do like the water grid and everything. Alright. So water's taken care of. Let's just kind of preemptively do a little bit of electricity here. We're just going to run a wire from there to there for now, and then we'll adjust it as necessary. So I want to think about this again. I'm thinking we can leave this area kind of clear over here. We won't have too much there for now. I should probably do commercial like along the inside here on the roundabout part, and then the residential along here. And then I could do more commercial on the outskirts and then just make like some adjustments here to try to take advantage of the land value for the residential. I think the commercial gains value from the better land value as well, but I'm not 100% sure on that. So for the time being, we will start our commercial just kind of on this middle part here. I'll leave the whole middle open, although I could make that commercial too. Maybe we can just take advantage of the space that we have here. We'll make all of this low density commercial, and then we're gonna make these first few kind of neighborhood side streets here low density residential, and then we'll have a little bit of a buffer zone there. In theory, you would be putting like offices and stuff there and have the residential come down a little bit more. Like you would cancel out, maybe say that much, and have offices like in that whole area right there. But, you know, we're not going to worry about that right now. And on top of that, this whole district doesn't have any offices set up in it, this district theme that we selected. So we're not going to worry about that. I think this is a nice little startup right now. We've got our electricity running over. I don't think it's going to be quite far enough, so we'll delete that last one. We'll bring it in a little bit closer. Now for sure it's going to be close enough to benefit that electricity, or for the benefit, cannot speak right now, for the electricity to benefit the residential buildings over there. Jeez, third time's a charm, I guess. Alright, I think we're good to go. We can put everything in regular speed now. And I know that one of the first things we wanted to do was set up like a school. Oh wow, we spent way more on roads and stuff than I was expecting there. Dang. Okay, well, let's put it in triple speed here. That'll be good. And we could start expanding a little bit of residential down there too. We're gonna need some more industrial because we put a whole bunch of like commercial and residential. So let's preemptively put like 1 or 2 more industrial buildings down. Maybe like 3 or 4 actually. And then we're just going to keep an eye on this down here. See, right now the residential and the commercial demand are definitely going down significantly. So let's go ahead and put down a few more industrial buildings, and I think that'll take care of that. And maybe a little bit more generic industry at some point too. Oops, that's not what I wanted. If I zone this right here, let's do 4, 8 by 4. That'll allow the electricity bubble to pop out a little bit. And of course we want to make sure that we have enough electricity, we have enough water. How's our fire? It's okay. Police is good. Healthcare is fine. Garbage is fine. Everything's looking really great so far. Alright, now we can see these nice houses popping up over here in our new district. And you can see these are the houses there, and those are really nice looking. The mountain theme, see how they've all got chimneys and stuff. And again, it's just for the aesthetic. I like the way that it looks over here. And here we have all the shops. See, if we go to zoning, that's the blue spots. And there, again, there's not too many models, but it comes out really nicely. And there's like a few different color variations of those models. So I think it looks really cool. And I really like this layout that I did here with this whole new kind of district. And ideally, the traffic should flow pretty well because it's a couple big roundabouts. I kind of went overkill with the connector roads here, but that's just because I wanted to grid it up. Roundabouts generally don't want to have too many different, roads coming out of them. But again, this is all like situational. In a big situation like this, it's not going to be as big of a deal because ideally everything is going to be balanced out. We're going to have like the same amount of residential and commercial in the same areas, and it should make a nice balance. So let's go ahead and go to education, and maybe in this entrance road here we can put down some schools and city services. So let's get the elementary school. I'm actually thinking maybe in that little buffer zone, that would be a good spot to put like schools and stuff like that. The little space in between the residential and the commercial, because I don't think they care if there's a little bit of noise pollution. So we'll put it kind of right there. Wait, did I zone that in? Yeah, it looks like there's nothing there they can fit. So let's do it kind of just right here, so it's not too close to the main thoroughfare there, and it doesn't interfere with the traffic too much. It deletes like one little house, but hey, who cares? It's not a big deal. We got plenty of space. And then the elementary kids have, some shops. I guess it looks like gas stations. But over here they got, nice grill and a few places to eat for lunch and stuff. I guess elementary kids wouldn't generally be going out for lunch, but if I put down a high school, then they'll have some spots as well. Do we need another high school? High school capacity looks good. Elementary looks good. I think we just checked most of our other services. We can skim through real quick just to make sure, because we did just expand recently. Water's looking a little bit low. I think it's time that we put down another water pump. That'll be really easy to do. We just put down the vanilla water pump, connect it with that. Should already have electricity because it's right next to the other water pump. And voila, we got plenty of water again. Alright, so from here on out, ooh, excuse the fireworks. It's at the time of this recording, it's 4th of July coming up, so we're you know, they're setting them off. Do I really have to wait for that? Okay, anyway. I want to fill in the whole rest of this area with just basically the same thing that we did here. And maybe I'll alternate. I'll try to decide what I want to do with the outer circle. Could just be more residential. If we don't have too much commercial demand, we could just do all commercial in the center and just do like the whole outside area as residential or something like that. But I'll decide as we go along here in the following episodes. Alright guys, I think that is it for this last episode. Man, this town is coming together really nicely. Let's just look at everything real quick before we wrap it up. We started right over here with just this little exit. Came on down, made the nice little vanilla exit there that I got from Mr. Miyagi. Started our first town by the water. Made a little bit of electricity and water stuff down here. You know, expanded out a little bit. Made our industry, made our farms, made our, you know, water treatment plant and our, what is it, the words are failing me. I want to say atomizer, but it's not. Incinerator, that's the word I'm looking for. And then we made this beautiful park with Clarissa where we're having some issues with police right now, unfortunately. But I'm sure that the policemen will get over there and take care of that, or with crime rather. And then today, or tonight, we made this really amazing, I really like it, it came out really nicely, kind of circular neighborhood district. And the district looks like it's fitting in there really nicely as far as the size goes. So I think that is pretty much it for tonight, guys. Thank you so much for watching all the way until the end here. I really appreciate it. Make sure that you leave the video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. And you can leave the thumbs down if you didn't. That's fine. And I want to hear what you guys have to say. Leave a comment in the comment section below if you want anything in the city named after you. Feel free to let me know. Thanks so much for watching, guys, and have a good night.